Hey fellow Vault Dwellers, it's Angry Turtle and here I am to deliver the promised full health, power armor, melee build. And we jump straight into it. There's a lot of interesting things I want to share with you and choices I made, as this build is totally different than previous one, although if you're using my old melee build, it's still pretty much valid. And of course, let's start from the special distribution before application of legendary perks. Then if you are interested in that, this is a full special distribution. This is endgame build, as I do have a lot of legendary perks, but I will tell you, it's really easy to adjust if you don't yet have a high level to support it. It's not too hard and it will still work. Now, legendary perks I do have in here. I would recommend, if you are just starting and you have like 1 or 2 legendary perks, to start with Electric Absorption. That is the most important perk for every power armor build. If you intend to live inside of your power armor, nothing more helpful. It heals you, it's recharge your core, what means you do not need to carry a lot of cores with you. Perfect, and it's very effective even on rank 1. After that, second I recommend to take is taking one for the team, as long of course as you are a team player. If you are not a team player, I would recommend to taking something like poison resistance in place of taking one for the team. After that, third place, I would start upgrading legendary strength, and purpose for that is to go over 15, that's normal maximum, to have more melee damage and more carry weight. I know you will not be able to apply more perk cards than 15 points, but still, it's worth to increase melee damage and carry weight. After that, take legendary endurance, more durability for you, what's always welcome. Then even more special, legendary luck. And somewhere on the way, if you want, you can take Brawling Chemist. Not necessary, I decided to add it here because it's quite cool. It is a cool perk. It's not as effective as you would like it to be, but it's cool. If you don't want to be cool and efficient instead, Poison Resist or Fire Resist will be perfect. Now, about the perks. Under Strength, we have everything to increase our damage. We have Slugger, Incisor, Martial Artist, that's a swing speed, more Slugger perks. Although, very valid if you don't want to max out your damage output, you can go with all Slugger perks rank 1, add Trawling Pharmacy, add Blocker, or whatever you want to add under Strength, as this will free up 6 points for you if you go for rank 1, and your damage will drop just a little bit. It's not a huge difference. Under Perception, I have just 2 points, and I'm running with Pana Pictographist and Perceptibobble to keep collecting those bubbles and magazines. But when you will be going over cooking, then it can be worth to equip Butcher's Bounty when you're going after meat. Under Endurance, it's your durability, therefore fireproof, to resist explosions. Chem Fend, especially if you will be using the Super Chem, then that's double the duration. And Life Giver. That's the best perk to increase your tankiness in power armor, regardless if it's full health, low health. Under Charisma, we have 10. Because it's a team focus build, I want to be able to share whatever card I want to share up to 3 points. And not exactly whatever, there's a couple that cost more, but almost. Then we have Inspirational for extra experience. Party Boy, when we need to occasionally use alcohol to max out the damage, it's perfect, and Strange in Numbers for boost our several mutations. If you intend to play solo, you can choose to go with lower charisma, and of course you will not use Inspirational, you will not use Strange in Numbers, and you will use Lone Wanderer instead. That's, I think, pretty simple. Intelligence, just 3. As you know, you can always move your special, you can have crafting loadout, therefore there is no reason to accommodate anything else than just a first aid under intelligence for your combat loadout. Under agility we have Through Hiker, again, because if you want to maximize the damage as a melee build, you really want to be a carnivore Appalachian chef, then Through Hiker good with salt is of course included. Action Boy, as we are running power armor, we're using power attacks, it's very handy. Adrenaline max out, as we do want to have high agility to increase our AP, then why not use max out Adrenaline? Born Survival, when our health drops, you don't need to remember about a stim pack, it will auto refill. And Dodgy, that's the most potent perk to increase your tankiness, and since everything about dodgy was fixed and it was buffed as well in previous patches, it's awesome. Even when you need AP for power attacks, with some AP regen you will be good. And under luck we have Good with Salt, Star Genes to keep mutations, Bloody Mess for some extra damage, and Ricochet. And now I want to say something important. Why Ricochet is here? It's not as much about taking less damage, although that's helpful, but it's even more for the synergy with Tenderizer, as Tenderizer works only after you hit enemy. Therefore, in case of slow attacking melee weapon, it's not always so beneficial, but if you have it paired with Ricochet, then any bullets that will be deflected back on your enemy will apply Tenderizer effect on it. What's super cool. Great synergy as well if you choose to use vampire weapon, as Ricochet will heal you, then that's a perfect perk in this scenario. Now let's go to mutations, and we have only 4. I decided to go minimalistic. I just have Carnivore, only essentials, Herd Mentality because we team focus. If you are not team focus, you don't want it. Speed Demon, you always want to move faster, and Twisted Muscles, as that's essential, that increases melee damage. Carnivore indirectly increases melee damage, then those two are essential. If you want Marsupial, there is a small issue. If you want Marsupial in power armor, you will need to go for bare bones to avoid power landing every time you jump. Therefore, if you want to go for Marsupial and bare bones, you will need to replace Bloody Mess with Class Freak. Otherwise, it will cost you way too much strength. Then you can go for it. Or you can go like me with just 4 and use a jetpack on power armor whenever I need to go higher. I have a cool jetpack. And now the gear, armor and other stuff. Power armor is legendary, but only one thing is important. When you go for power armor, you want to find 1 or 2 pieces with increased action point on the second star, AP refresh speed. You need 1 or 2 pieces with this effect. I have only 1, and I'm quite okay, but it will be good if I will be able to find another one. You can still supplement using food with AP regen instead, but it will be good with 2 pieces. I have 1. About all other legendary effects, whatever you will roll, whatever you want, it's not really super important. It's cool if you will get some extra strength on poison resist, fire resist. There is a lot of stuff like that. It's cool if you get like overeaters. There is a lot of stuff that will be cool. Nothing essential, only AP refresh. About the weapons, you can have a wide selection. You can run with Grognak axes, super sledges, and stuff like that. But I do recommend, if you can, to use Warglaive. And there is one important reason for that. Warglaive is a rare weapon that after modifying to like a plasma blade will have 50% of its damage as energy damage. And you would say, that's not a 50% of total damage, that's more. Yes, that's true, because all the bonuses to damage somehow still applies, like I would say, partially, multiplicatively on energy portion of the damage. And it's mean, when you start applying more damage bonuses, this energy damage goes up much faster than ballistic damage, what results in Warglaive outperforming other weapons that on the base value are better. Like, let me show you, you see the Pepper Tenderizer? It's way lower. It's not even 300. When you compare it to the Warglaive, that's going into the 300 threshold. Then, when I start boosting damage even more, Warglaive will be winning, but by even higher margin. Then that's super important, especially when you have really high armor penetration. And we have perk for melee that gives 75% armor penetration. What's great for those weapons. Oh, I would almost forgot about the best legendary effects for the prefix. You are looking for anti-armor or vampire. Those are the 2 that I recommend. For the second star, you are looking either for faster swing speed or more power attack damage. About the third star, doesn't really matter. And now why I told you that you're supposed to be Appalachian chef. There is a lot of food quite often, really easy to make. You just kill some animals and cook them. And you have great buffs, both to your resistances, to your endurance, to your health, to your damage, to your AP. The only problem is AP regen, as basically there is one valuable buff, Fried Deer Skins, that gives you AP regen, or you can go for Company Tea that works for both carnivores and herbivores, but harder to get. Then this is the only issue, AP regen not easy to get, a little bit harder buffs to get for experience, but damage-wise, something simple like cooking glowing meat, it's 25% damage bonus, and there is way more. You can see Yao Guai ribs 25%, Yao Guai roast will net out 37% with this build. That's a lot, and on top of that, you can stack them up. You can use all possible melee damage bonuses to achieve over 200% melee damage bonus. That's not very important on everyday use, but if you want to be a significant player in the boss fights as a melee, you need it. And now let me demonstrate that this build can actually kill. Now let's go and fight some level 100 super mutants, as those are like the toughest enemies. As you can see, I can almost one-hit him when I started with power attack. I would be able to one-hit it if I go into the first person and I will power attack the head, even legendary. You see, you can actually get a headshot with melee. It's just important to aim there, like wherever your aim is, that's where you will hit. It was updated several patches ago, what make you can consistently hit the head. Now if I hit the body, I'm one-hitting as well, as my adrenaline is kicking in. Then you can see, even with this free weapon, my power attacks are powerful enough to one-hit all those super mutants. And if you don't know, whenever you sprint and attack, that's auto power attack. And this one is legendary, and it's meant he can survive regular power attack, but he cannot survive a headshot power attack. Then yes, you can get the headshots. You can get headshots on bosses, on regular enemies. You can one-hit them. You can one-hit level 100 enemies almost no matter what it is. You can one-hit level 100 super mutant in the torso without any boost. Like at this moment, I don't have a boost. I'm not running super chem. I'm not running my food yet. But I will show you with boosts versus something tougher. And now with some boost, even though I don't know my actual damage, as you know, Pip-Boy is buggy after last patch. But what you can observe, my energy damage going farther and farther away from ballistic is being boosted way more. Now let's compare that to anything else. Like here I have like 550. Super Sledge is running behind. Tenderizer running behind. As this energy damage is being boosted more. Let's see what we can do versus level 100 boss glowing Death Claw. Let's try to hit him with a power attack after the stagger expire. And one hit it. Okay, level 100 boss Death Claw is a one hit with this build. It's still the same weapon. I didn't change anything. I'm not even using anti-armor. It's still Outbreaker. One hit. For regular Scourge, you don't even need a power attack. Just regular swing will kill them. They squishy. For hunting Scourge Beasts, I would actually recommend taking a shotgun with Enforcer perk, but I think she just landed. Then that will not be necessary. Let's see how much damage I can do. If I can get possibly headshot. I think that wasn't a headshot. But I did a solid chunk. 2 hits. 3 hits. Yeah. 3 hits, Scourge Beast is dead without a headshot. Maybe I would have a better chance if I would not aim so badly, but 3 hits. Okay, let's see how well can we do at the end with a huge crab. Myrtle Queen. Let's see. Why is she frozen? I didn't froze her. I don't know what happened. Get several hits and huge crab is dead. And I have a Myrtle King somewhere in here. Let me do third person to find him. Where are you? There you are. He's tough. Survived 2 hits somehow. And that will be probably everything you need to know about this melee build. Let me know what you think. Did you ever try to use a power armor melee build? Thanks to this extra power attack damage, I think it's really valuable. Even on tougher enemies, you can do quite well with just a free warglaive you are getting from a quest. You will do even better with something different than suppressors, but that's quite obvious. The problem is getting it. Therefore, I decided to show you everything with quite average gear without going overboard for a perfect rolls. My power armor is quite a random roll. The warglaive is a free one from the quest. I hope you enjoyed this melee build, and now as always, thank you a lot for watching, and see you all in the next one.